It is live. It is live. So, good morning. I'm coming to you live from my humble, messy abode. And somebody is sending a message. But you know what? We in the middle of something. So, we're going to have to answer them later. We're going to have to. I still can't find the password for my interwebs to be able to use my cellular device. I will tell you though, about my cellular device. I had okay, y'all need to quit pinging stuff because I get confused. I had one of them otter boxes on it, and it was just so bulky. So there's this place called the Cellular Outfitters. I got this on sale for $2.99. I did, and it protects it, but it's not bulky. I'm very happy. So there that is. But I still can't get on the interwebs in my house because I can't find the password. What else? What else? Drinking my water like a good girl. I haven't had any kosh. I think I've had like 2 cups this week. So I'm doing really good with that. I had a flavored water this morning. Then I had a plain water. And now I'm going to have another flavored water. I'm going to have a pineapple. And I know that some people say, well, that's just as bad as soda. No, it isn't. No, it's not. And I don't want your opinion. No how. So, as you can see, my house torn completely upside down because I'm one of those people, I envy the people who can come in and clean their house and they're very methodical about it and they do one thing and they get it done and they move on to something else. I can't do that. I've got to tear everything to hell and then put it back together. And the problem is sometimes I don't put it back together right away, so my house ends up looking like this for 2 or 3 weeks. So what does that mean? If you know me, what does that mean? I can't die. I can't die with my house a mess. So, yeah. It goes back to my fear of dying and having my house messy and people thinking, well, she wasn't a good housekeeper. I am a good housekeeper. It's just that I go through these phases where I just want to declutter and get rid of what I consider junk. And my definition of junk happens to change from week to week, month to month. So there that is. Still not smoking. Still chewing my backers. And I'm proud of myself because usually I had to use my vape pen. I haven't done that. And yeah, so maybe chewing some pouches isn't the healthiest thing for me, but it's better than smoking. Not to mention, I don't chew nearly as much as I smoked. So it's a win-win for everybody. I need to take a shower and go to the store. I think I'm going to do the turkey patties this week. I've done the Southwest chicken balls for 2 weeks now, and while they were lovely, it is time for a change. So the point of this video, why do folks gotta be so hateful, is that I'm seeing a lot of hatefulness on the interwebs and such, and I'm not one of these people that's gonna end friendships and delete friendships behind somebody having an opinion different from mine. I'm not that guy. As much as some of these different opinions infuriate me, I'm not going to lie, I'm human. And it's sometimes some of them are people that I love more than life itself. I mean, my people, I love them. And some of them I didn't realize that they held such strong beliefs that what I feel are a little hateful. For me, it boils down to education. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this world that I don't understand. Okay, I get confused real easy. I'm getting older. A lot of stuff I can't know about. But I try to learn about those things that I don't understand, or the things that don't make sense to me. And even after educating myself, sometimes I still don't agree with it, but I have a better understanding of what it is that I don't agree with. It reminds me of a time when a roommate had brought some friends over, and I had some books about Ann Coulter on my bookshelf. And this person said to me, I thought you were like a diehard Democrat. And I said, I am. Why? Well, then why would you have books about Ann Coulter? And I said, well, in order to oppose something, you have to kind of understand what you're opposing. You know, you have to learn, you have to expand, you have to go beyond what is right in front of you to fully, form that picture, especially if you're going to oppose something. I guess for me, I kind of sort of felt like I needed an ibuprofen, which I do. I kind of felt like, women's issues would be kind of a no-brainer, that women would be on board with women's issues. But that's not the case. I've seen women making comments talking about their rights are fine. That nobody's doing anything to them, and they don't understand what this march is about, and they don't understand this and that, and they think, and calling women stupid that's participating in these marches, saying that they're looking for handouts, and that they just mad because Donald Trump is in office, and so the handouts is going to stop. And my thing is, if you truly believe that that's what the Women's March is about, you're misguided. You're supremely misguided. Women, to me, are strong and beautiful and capable and creative, intelligent, wonderful human beings. And for years and years and years and years, women have been always sort of put in their place. And a lot of times they remain there because they feel that they don't have any other choice. However, throughout history, there have been some amazing women who, without their struggles and without their fight, we, the women of this day and age, wouldn't be in the positions that we are. We wouldn't have the freedoms that we have. We wouldn't have the privileges and the rights that we currently enjoy. And I think sometimes it's real easy to forget that, because we feel like, well, we're living in 2017. Well, I ain't so bad. But what about those women that was beat down just because they wanted to vote? Those women who were beaten and ridiculed and raped because they wanted to vote. You think about the women who get out there and hustle and scrap and work and do. And at the end of the day, compared to a man, they're not making as much. Why? Because they have a vagina. It boils down to what gets you goat. Some people, their goats just can't be gotten. Some people don't care. Some people don't have a goat. And that's cool, and that's fine. You don't have to, listen, I'm not expecting or saying that every single woman's got to get on board. I kind of thought that they would, but I'm seeing now that that clearly isn't the case. And that's, do your thing, honey. But educate yourself. Just educate yourself. Know what it is that you so vehemently oppose. Know what it is that you are launching these diatribes about. Don't call someone stupid for their belief when you yourself have not taken the time to educate yourself on the issue at hand. Now, I don't want anyone to get it twisted and think that there's a comparison between, the March on Washington and these people that are doing all this crazy breaking into stores and burning stuff down. That to me is counterproductive. That is not how you protest. That is just destructiveness. That is anger displaced. And I can understand people. Here's the thing. I try so hard just to understand where everybody's coming from. I try not to pass a whole lot of judgment or make critiques on things that I don't understand. I'm not black. I don't understand what it is to live their struggle. Okay. Just as I'm a gay lady, and if you are not a gay lady, you don't understand what it's like to live my struggle. Everybody has their own little thing going on, and the thing of it is, we all want to hold on to what we believe, and we don't want to take that second or that moment to understand where somebody else is coming from. Even the people that disagree with us. I want someone to help me understand. If you truly believe as a woman that your rights have not been infringed upon and that in 2017 it is all copacetic and life is fine, explain to me why you feel that way so that I can understand it. The people that are upset over Trump, it's out of fear. Most things that happen that are divisive to me are born out of fear. What we don't know, we bash. What we don't know, we lash out against. And it doesn't mean necessarily that it's going to be, lashing out is rarely a rational act. I think we can agree upon that. I don't agree with and I don't approve of people that are going and destroying property, because it makes you feel better for 2 seconds, but what message are you sending? You're not sending a message of love and of peace and of wanting change. You're sending a message of destruction. When two people engage in a debate and they can discuss things, they can keep a level head, and they may not agree, but they can respect one another. That's a productive conversation. When two people engage in a debate and they lose complete control of their tempers and their senses, and folks start shouting and yelling, at that point, that conversation is no longer productive, because nobody is listening to anybody else. They're just trying to overtalk the other person. And it's this deal of, well, whoever talks louder wins. Nobody wins in a situation like that. They just don't. Did I vote for Donald Trump? I did not. I will tell you that here right now, point blank, period. I did not vote for the man. But I'll tell you what I do. I pray for the man, because like it or not, he is the president, and he's going to be for the next 4 years at least, unless something happens, unless Jesus calls him home. God forbid. I'm not saying that to be snarky. I'm really not. But that's where we're at. Like it or not, that's where we're at. And if you are a Christian, one of the biggest principles in your life is prayer, and is your faith in your relationship with Jesus Christ, and your faith in knowing that Jesus will protect you and guide you should you place your trust in him. Now, is that to say that because I pray about it that Donald Trump is going to be awesome? No. But it's to say that I have faith that God's got me. He's got me. I don't want Donald Trump to fail. I'm not one of those top people that wants to sit back and say, I told you so, because look at what's at stake. Our world, our country is at stake. So we want this dude to do well. This dude to surprise those who did not believe in him. We want him to come in and exceed the expectation. We don't want him to be what everybody who is in opposition believes him to be. Do you see what I'm saying? It's about having a belief. It's about being passionate about your belief, but it's also about respect. It's about respecting one another, because at the end of the day, what we believe in the political arena does not define us necessarily as people. Because if it did, we would know where everyone stood from jump. How many people have I seen commenting, I had no idea that my friends had these opinions? Well, you didn't, because that is not what defines a friendship. That is not what defines you as a person. It's when that situation presents itself that part of you will come out. Had we not had this election, had this situation not occurred, maybe those things would never have come out. You can't say, okay, well, I love you and you my friend or you my family, and I love you for that, but now because you don't believe what I believe, I cast you aside. You can say to that person, I love you, and I respect you. Well, let's just go ahead and spell it. And I respect you, but I have to disagree with you. And here's why. And I hope that you are willing to listen to me. And I'm not saying these things to use to change your mind or to put you in step with what I believe, but I'm saying this to explain myself so that we can create a dialogue, we can create an understanding. You know, when I see comments from women talking about these women participating in this march, which again is completely separate from people that are protesting and being destructive, because again, we say that's counterproductive. That does nothing. That does nothing but jack up insurance premiums. That's all that does. And maybe get you a case, but that's all. Women who continue the fight that was started many, many, many moons ago, those women who have these core beliefs, to me, it's nothing to scoff at and it's nothing to make fun of. If you don't understand it, that's fine. Educate yourself. And even after educating yourself, if you don't agree with it, that's fine. Say, I don't agree with it. But this whole business of calling people, they're stupid and they need to be shot and they're ignorant. Honey, I'll quit listening to you. When you start that talk, I'm going to quit listening. Because you're not coming from a place of acceptance or understanding. You're coming from a place of hatred. You're coming from a place of, I don't care. I don't want to understand you and I don't want to respect you, because all that matters to me in my world is my opinion. And you can't have a rational dialogue with that. The whole Ashley Judd thing. Now listen, here's the thing. I do love me some Ashley Judd. I like her better when she just is an actress. I'm not gonna lie. Little known fact, I actually went to school with her. And what I remember, I mean, we weren't like BFFs. We didn't like share peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at the lunch table. But in passing, the things that I remember about her, she always smelled like soap. She was a very soapy smelling lady. And even in the 11th grade, she was very articulate and she was very intelligent. My opinion. She is very outspoken and she is an eloquent speaker and she is very intelligent. I think what a lot of people failed to realize, that rant that was witnessed at the Women's March, those were not her words. Those were the words of a 19-year-old poet. Spoken word poetry. I don't know if anybody knows anything about spoken word poetry. If you don't, I put a definition in a link on my Facebook wall. Check it out. If you don't want to go there, go to the Google and just type in spoken word poetry. It's a medium. It's a powerful medium, and it's art, and it's meant to provoke. It's meant to make you think. It's meant to conjure up emotion. That's what art does. A 19-year-old girl, Nina Mariah, I think is her name, is actually the author of that spoken word poem. I also have the link of the original of her delivering that poem, which, Ashley Judd, I am so sorry. The original was better. It just was. Her inflection, her tone. And it's a shining example how information can be received depending on how it's presented, you see. Because if you didn't know anything about it, if all you saw was that speech and that's it, and you didn't, I mean, and of course, everything that I saw posted about it, it said in the description that it was not her words, that it was the speech that she was acting out. But as with a lot of other things, people don't read the fine print. They see something, they react. They don't stop to check. They don't stop to check what the facts were. We're human. We react. That's what we do. I get that. I have learned myself. I used to be one of those people that I saw something that outraged me on the interwebs, I post it. Oh my God, can you believe this horse shit? You know, and I would get really, really bunged up about it. And I had to learn, okay, everything that you see and hear is not necessarily the truth. So you kind of have to take a minute, fact check a few things, kind of see where stuff is coming from before you give your 2 cents. It adds a lot of credibility, honestly, to your position when you do that. But anywho, so I saw all these people post, oh my God, she needs to be shot. She's an idiot. Oh my God, how stupid. She sounds like a crazy woman. Okay, it was a spoken word poem. People deliver poorly. I will grant you that. I don't think she did it justice. I really don't. But if you understood where it came from, or perhaps even saw the original, I would hope that it would alter at least your view somewhat. I would hope. But I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm one of these type of people. I really do I want people to be happy. I want people to get along. I want to live in a world where there isn't so much yuck and hoopla and angst and dissension. And I just want to live in a world where everybody's happy. People just kind of go about their business and want for the best and hope for the best and pray and love one another and I know I'm asking too much. I know that world only exists in my mind, which is where I try to escape to as often as I possibly can. And again, this all goes back to, why do you spend your 3 days off in your house and you don't go anywhere? That's because this is the world I know. This is the world that I trust. This is the world that I can control. And it's a pretty great place. So even in its messy condition. But the only thing that I'm going to leave you with is just love one another. I'm not saying that you have to agree with one another. I'm not saying that everybody has got to march to the beat of the same drummer. I'm not saying that everyone has to sing the same tune, harmonies. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying be smart. I'm just saying educate yourself. I'm just saying be love. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Christianity and we talk about, letting people see Jesus through you. Okay. I don't think Jesus is going to go around telling that people need to be shot and people are stupid and people are idiots. That's not very Jesus-ly. And yes, I did just make that word up. So what? Jesus-ly. Hashtag Jesus-ly. Be kind. And it really boils down to, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I'm going to go ahead and go one step further and tell you that some of these women at this march, they are very outspoken. And I think some of them could use some work on their delivery. I'm not saying that everybody's right or everybody's wrong. I'm just saying there's varying degrees of perception. And there's varying ways and degrees of getting your point across and doing it intelligently, eloquently, without antagonizing people. Because like I said, when we get to the shouting and they you lose your audience. Audience is out the window. And, from my perspective, just what I've seen on the Facebook, when I read a post that begins with, how stupid is this, blah, 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 I just unfollow. I'm not going to friend you. I'm not going to friend nobody. Because friends is good to have, and everybody has their redeeming qualities. Now, if you're just a person that's just a hateful, turd sucker, we ain't gonna be friends no way. You ain't my friend no how, so it ain't a big loss. And why would you be my friend on Facebook to begin with? I'm talking about good people at their heart, good people who are posting some just stuff that's blown my wig completely. But I know that that's not who they are, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try to get up and be productive. I'm not promising anything, and I'm not making any guarantees. I'm just not going. I bought me a coat on the interwebs. 3 days I have searched for the perfect coat. I've got 2 coats, winter coats. I've got one that's more of a ski jacket. I don't ski. I'm not a big skier. I have enough trouble walking, much less, yeah. And then I have a pea coat, a navy pea coat that my mother bought me many years ago. And as much as I love it, it itches me to death. And it's very heavy. So I wanted something a little lightweight and casual. I finally found it. I almost bought one from the Great Britain, but you know what? They lied on the size. They almost had me, almost tricked me. Cheeky British people. But and then I also found a cover finally for my tablet, one of them hard covers for my tablet, and then I got a decal, a bumper sticker. I really, it's like a window cling. I don't want to put bumper stickers on Shug. Avery, I don't believe that that would be good for her. So, but anyway, my diet is going well. I'm doing well. I had a little snarfle. Took me some cold medicine, and you know the Dayquils and stuff. Here's what I understand: when you're sick and you're not feeling good, why on God's green earth are they going to put out a product that is so hard to open? And if it wasn't for May, I wouldn't have been able to take any of my medicine last week because I couldn't get the things open. But you know what I did today? I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I always save my containers, and I know what's it's illegal. You can't do that. I can do what I want. So I sat down here with my Christmas scissors, and I cut all them Dayquils open, honey. Yes, I did. And I put them in here so that I'm going to take 2 right now. My snarfle is almost completely gone, which lets me believe and lets me know that maybe it wasn't as bad of a snarfle as I thought it was. It was just a slight snarfle. Since I quit smoking, I don't really get sick. And if I do, then it only lasts a couple days. It's good, right? Mm-hmm. But anywho, there it is. I love you all. I really do. I love everybody. I just want people to be nice to one another and be kind and hug people. I'm a hugger. I believe in hugs for all. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of the Sunday.